What's up? Just if you jip in the house. I want to talk about unsolicited advice. Unsolicited advice is the best advice people can ever give you because maybe it's coming from God. God sees you doing something silly and God sends it down to this person to tell you to do something else. You know, whether it's God or not, I don't know. But the whole point is somebody's taking concern about you and they are giving you advice that can help you. And maybe if you don't understand the advice that they're saying to you, then maybe you should inquire a little more. When I was coming up, we were getting unsolicited advice from the neighborhood because when I was coming up, the neighborhood was your family. They had some problems and stuff, but you had the grannies and the older kids and stuff that were there in the neighborhood, took care of you, told you things to do. You had the winos in the hood, giving you all kinds of unsolicited advice, especially the ones that saying, stay in school. The gangbangers saying like, hey, you can't hang out with us and blah, 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 blah. But now the government or somebody, I don't know who, but they came along and started with this unsolicited advice stuff. And what unsolicited advice does when you reject it is it just prevents you from going down the wrong road. And if you go down the wrong road, then you're going to have to pay the consequences of it. Like I told you guys before, when I started making my YouTube channel, I wanted to make it about me, about what I was doing in Japan and blah, 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 until this white guy came along and thanked me for my video. And then I started thinking about everything else. And then I'm like, okay, fine. So then, I guess must have been some spiritual unsolicited advice to make the videos that I made. I'm telling you guys, if it was from up above, whatever, that was some unsolicited advice that I did not want to do, and I did not want to do it. I did not want to do it. But because I understand that unsolicited advice is a good thing, unless it's, just great, crazy stuff, but it's a good thing, and I just did it. So here I am, and for those people who benefited from it, thanks for listening and everything else. But like I've said in my videos, a lot of advice and stuff that I put on this on these videos, they are not my advice. I go to my friend's house and their moms just start blah 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 blah. They father blah 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 blah. All kinds of unsolicited advice that I got, and I just respected them because that's the way my mom and my pops taught me and my family taught me. Because we were young, if somebody was talking to you and you disrespected them, especially if they were older, especially if it was a family member, you getting punched, whipped, getting a shoe, you getting something, but you're gonna get hurt, okay? Because you do not disrespect your elders. And then the unsolicited advice thing started coming in. People started saying that stuff. Then people got this false sense of pride. They're like, oh, I don't have to listen, because they thinking over here with the, thinking over here on this side, on the imaginary side, and instead of staying over here with the heart, on the left side of your body, and using equations and stuff to say, hey, there must be a reason for what they're saying. People over here just going crazy and their hormones going over. I ain't gotta listen to you. Who you think you talking to? These parents, these parents nowadays, they grew up and they were bad, so they raised these bad kids, and all kinds of stuff is going on. So when somebody give you unsolicited advice, it's to your best interest to listen and inquire. At least inquire. If you want to say, well, I don't want to listen to it, okay, then listen to it and say, okay, now why did you tell me this? What's the purpose of it? Because a lot of this unsolicited advice that people are giving you comes from a lot of their background, education, their reading, their travels, and different things like that. And these older people and these people that see these things, they're only telling you so you can be prepared, or you take that information and you can make money from it. A lot of people can make money from it. So all I'm saying is that you guys need to start embracing that unsolicited advice, okay? Because there's no such thing as unsolicited advice, especially when you weren't asked. Since you didn't ask to come into this earth and no one didn't ask you to come into this earth, you just popped out here, okay? So whatever comes your way, you just deal with it, okay? You deal with it. And there are things that will come your way that don't have to come your way, but because maybe some point in time, I mean, because it's funny, because a lot of people say, well, I don't want to listen to the unsolicited advice, but when you pay to go to college, you don't pay attention. You go to college, well, you think you're going to school for free. You're not going to school for free, actually. But, you know, you got the teachers there telling you what to do. I don't got to listen to my teacher. That's some unsolicited advice. You're in the first grade. I don't care. You know, I watch TV. That's some unsolicited advice. Why do I gotta go to school? I can go out and get me a job. Huh? You're only in the third grade. I don't care. You know, blah 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 blah. And you're gonna have that attitude, and you're gonna keep it with you. And one day you're gonna, you know, they say, hey, don't mess with drugs. You mess with drugs, you're gonna be in jail. They say, hey, don't marry that woman. You're gonna marry that woman, and you're gonna be sexless for the rest of your life. You know, so that unsolicited advice, the rejection of that unsolicited advice, you guys need to throw that crap out the window, because all that is doing is just putting you on the one-way road to trouble, okay? Unsolicited advice is good advice, okay? It's free advice, and it's probably even coming from your gods, whoever your gods are, because trust me, in the real world, where there really isn't any feelings, people don't really care, you know, because things are going to happen. And if you do things the right way, then you won't be in the situation that you're in now. And so basically, it's your fault. Okay. So embrace that unsolicited advice. When people talk, you listen. You listen. Okay. Just listen, because it's very, very important. And for you people out there who don't agree with me, and fine, don't agree. I do not care. Peace.